Hello, everyone. My project was on unemployed parents. I really enjoyed learning the different aspects that unemployed parents go through and how it affects the teachers, administration, the parents, and the children as well. I really thought that unemployed parents would have a lot of negativity as to why it can be a negative impact on a child's life, but I came to realize that there's a lot of positives with unemployed, as being an unemployed parent. You're there to be, for your child more, which is definitely a positive with their education. But I definitely learned that there are positive sides and there are negative sides. But it's kind of interesting how it really affects the child. I really didn't realize that um, an adult being or a parent being unemployed, how much it can affect a child, um, in, I would say, a negative way, um, due to the fact, that the child may, be afraid to ask to go on field trips or be afraid to do things, where they want to fit in with other classmates, which can be a problem if your parent is unemployed and you're not able to do those sort of things. But here's my slideshow. I hope you guys enjoy it because I really enjoyed doing this project and learning the different aspects of unemployed parents. The psychological and cultural impacts. Um, Unemployment not only impacts students but their parents as well, and both really may suffer from depression, anxiety, or they could even be short-tempered from the stress of not being employed or having their parent be unemployed. Teachers should treat all families equally, build parent and teacher relationships, which is huge when being a teacher, not allow students to think negatively toward themselves or other classmates. Teachers should allow children to explore different cultures and how their beliefs may be similar or different. They should also embrace children and parents from different cultural backgrounds within the classroom as well as the school environment. Inviting parents and guardians to the classroom is a huge positive aspect as well. You can talk about the cultural backgrounds and how it can not only affect the education for students, but it will help students understand more about the different cultural backgrounds and aspects of it as well. Which can be a great positive aspect in their life. Communication impacts. Educators will be challenged with families that speak different languages. That's definitely, a barrier, but it can be addressed and it can be done in a positive way. Their job is to make the school and classroom environment friendly and inviting for everyone, no matter what differences they may have. Teachers can use handouts such as newsletters and classroom posters that are in different languages to make everyone feel comfortable and welcome as well within the classroom. They can also ask that an interpreter be present during meetings so that families can express themselves in their native language and not worry if they're being heard or understood correctly, which is a huge aspect with parents that have a hard time speaking the language or speaking our language, and being understood is very important, especially when it comes to their child's education. Parent impacts on children and themselves. Parents and children may suffer from depression or anxiety, sleeplessness, short temper, or negative interactions with their peers. Um, these aspects are definitely important and can definitely be a problem when it comes to parents being unemployed, for the child and for the parent as well. Academic impacts to children with unemployed parents can be lower test scores, grade repetition, lower graduation rates, and lower college attendance. Um, this is definitely a negative impact that children may face with having a parent with unemployment. Parental unemployment varies greatly by race. Black children percentages was 16.2%. Latino children was 14.3%, and white children are the less impacted children with 8.3%. These are the percentiles of unemployed parents as of, I think it was 2020. So the percentages may be different, could be greatly different due, or due to COVID, and due to everything that's going on with our society, right now. I'm sure the year to year it varies. Our unemployment percentages definitely vary, and can range, greatly between what's going on, especially 2021 and 2022. I'm sure the rates are much higher. So this is what I have at this moment. And this is definitely shows, that it varies by race of how the unemployment rates are and how the children are affected as well. The positivity, which I'm glad that there's positives with unemployed parents and families. As I said in my first slide, there's quite a bit of positives, but unfortunately, there's a lot of negatives as well. Being unemployed is not always a bad thing for school-age kids. Parents have the opportunity to be more involved with their child's education, which is huge to children and teachers as well. Being involved can range from spending more time with the students on their homework to volunteering at school, and more communication with the teacher. To me, these are great positives for unemployed parents. And it kind of shows that, no matter what they're going through, there's a positive in it for their child especially. So I think that's a great way to look at this. Positivity. That will help break down any barriers between parents and school administration. This involvement could motivate students to want to do better academically. Teachers, students, and parents that work together to understand the other is the start of a relationship that could continue to involve no matter the circumstances at home. As long as communication is made, the expectations of growth are insurmountable, which is huge to parents. It shows them there's a positive no matter what their circumstances is. So that's great. Showing value and belonging to families. Showing value to their time is very important. Encouraging family involvement into the classroom, inviting parents to show their skills as a classroom volunteer, always being transparent in communication with parents, making sure families see themselves represented in the school's culture, set goals with families around students and school success, and make sure that communication is positive at all times. Create classroom newsletter with good news and telephone calls and etc. to make the parent feel good about their child and about themselves in general, which is huge, especially nowadays. The more positive we can get in a child's environment and in a family's home, the better we're doing as a teacher. These are my resources on where I gathered all my information for my unemployed parents project. I really enjoyed this project. It really showed me the different diversities that we deal with, that teachers can kind of relate to. And it really shows that what we can do as individuals to help these families and help these children that are in need of a positive light and a positive environment as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed my slideshow. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Thank you.